Hi there, it's Lety, and welcome back to Lety's English Podcast. This space is yours, soft, quiet, and honest, where you can take off the masks you wear all day and just be where you can sit with your thoughts and remember that you're still growing, that you're not behind, that becoming takes time. Today, let's talk about something simple but powerful enough to change your whole life. Something that defines how you face challenges, how you recover, and how you see yourself. It's called growth mindset versus fixed mindset. Maybe you've heard those words before. Maybe they sound like something from a psychology book. But today, I want you to feel them, to see how they live inside your everyday moments. Because mindset isn't about what you know, it's about what you believe. Imagine this. You wake up one morning feeling heavy. You try something new, maybe cooking, maybe applying for a job, maybe starting again after failure, and you hear that small voice whisper, "You're not good enough." You feel yourself freeze, shrink, and give up before you even begin. That's the fixed mindset. It makes you afraid of being seen trying. But somewhere deeper inside you, a softer voice says, maybe I can learn. Maybe this time will be different. Maybe I don't have to be perfect to start. That is the growth mindset. Quiet, gentle, patient, but strong in ways you don't even realize. The difference between the two is not about talent or intelligence. It's about belief, the belief that who you are today is not the limit of who you can become. That effort is not shameful. That change is not a threat, that you can bloom again. Even after long winters, we often think of growth as something dramatic, like a promotion or a big achievement. But growth can also be invisible. It can look like forgiving yourself, like choosing calm instead of chaos, like taking a deep breath before reacting, like showing up for yourself. Even when no one is watching, I once met someone who said, "I don't change. I'm just like this." And I smiled, not to argue, but because I used to say the same thing until life humbled me, until I realized that staying the same felt safe but suffocating. That change, though scary, was the only way to breathe. Again, the fixed mindset holds on to who you were because it fears losing control. It whispers, if I try and fail, I'll be humiliated. So you avoid trying at all. You protect your pride, but at the cost of your progress. The growth mindset, on the other hand, knows that mistakes are part of the dance. It says, maybe this stumble will teach me the rhythm. It trusts the process, even when it's messy, because growth is always messy. When you plant a seed, it doesn't look like a flower right away. It looks like dirt, chaos, waiting, but something beautiful is happening underground. That's how your growth looks too, invisible at first, but alive. Sometimes you'll feel like you've gone backward, but the truth is, you're just deepening your roots, preparing to grow stronger. We often think we change because of success, but most growth begins in pain, heartbreak, rejection, loss, failure, the moments when life didn't go as planned. Those are the classrooms where your mindset is tested when something breaks inside. Your fixed mindset says, this shouldn't have happened to me. But your growth mindset whispers, this happened for me to teach me something I couldn't see before. And that shift, that tiny shift, turns suffering into strength, turns wounds into wisdom. Let me tell you a story. There was once a woman who dreamed of opening a small cafe. She saved for years, worked double shifts, and finally did it. But the first year, she barely survived. A flood destroyed half her supplies. Her staff quit, and She cried in the dark every night. Her friends told her to quit, that maybe she wasn't cut out for this, and she almost believed them. But one night, she whispered to herself, I didn't come this far just to stop here. She learned how to bake, how to fix things, how to market, how to begin again, and slowly, people came back. Her cafe didn't just survive. It became a place filled with warmth and laughter. She told me, the cafe grew. The same way I did, one mistake, one heartbreak, one new lesson at a time. That is what a growth mindset looks like. Not glamorous, not instant, but quietly powerful. It's not about having confidence all the time. It's about having compassion for yourself while you learn word. Because here's the truth. You cannot grow if you are busy judging yourself. You cannot learn if you're afraid of being wrong. You cannot bloom if you're ashamed of your roots. The fixed mindset makes you afraid of imperfection. But perfection is not real. Growth mindset teaches you that beauty comes from becoming. Think of the people you admire the most. They've all failed. They've all doubted themselves. But they kept showing up. That's the secret. Sometimes you'll fall into the trap of comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20, and your fixed mindset will whisper, you'll never catch up. But growth mindset gently reminds you, you're not behind. You're on your own timeline. Life is not a race. It's a rhythm, and you'll find your own beat when you stop trying to match someone else's. There will be seasons when you grow quickly, and others when you feel stuck. But remember, even when you can't see it, your soul is still learning, still stretching, still healing, still forming something new inside you. Growth mindset isn't about constant positivity. It's about grounded faith, the belief that no pain is wasted, that every detour still leads somewhere meaningful. When life feels heavy, when everything slows down, that's not failure. That's integration. That's your heart catching up to your transformation. We are so used to rushing progress that we forget the power of stillness. But stillness is where your mind softens, where new understanding blooms, where you meet yourself gently and say, it's okay. I'm still learning. Sometimes you'll fall back into old habits. You'll doubt again, fear again, close off again. But every time you notice it, that's awareness. And awareness is growth too. Your past self isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. It shows you where you've been and reminds you how far you've come. There's something tender about realizing that you've survived. Every version of yourself, the scared one, the angry one, the lost one, the healing one. You've carried them all here, and now you can choose who you want to become next. Because mindset isn't fixed, it's a daily choice. You choose it every morning when you wake up. When you decide to try again, when you forgive yourself, when you let go of needing to have it all figured out. You choose growth when you stay curious instead of cynical. When you say, what can I learn from this? Instead of, why me? When you see effort as movement, not as proof of weakness, your future self is quietly watching you right now, cheering for you every time you take one small brave step, even when it feels like nothing is changing. Because growth often happens in the background when no one is clapping, when no one sees, when it's just you and your determination in the dark. And one day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come, how many storms you've walked through, how many moments you almost gave up but didn't, and you'll whisper, I grew here. Growth mindset is not a destination. It's a way of living. It's about choosing softness over shame, Curiosity over fear, effort over perfection. It's about understanding that every person you meet is also learning, also fighting invisible battles, also trying to grow in their own imperfect way. When you see people through that lens, you become gentler, you forgive faster, you connect deeper, because growth isn't just about becoming better, it's about becoming more human. And when you practice that enough times, something inside you shifts. You stop chasing approval, you stop hiding your flaws, you stop rushing your healing. And suddenly, life feels softer, more honest, more yours. So tonight, before you sleep, place your hand over your heart and whisper, I am not fixed. I am still learning. I am becoming someone I'm proud of. Breathe that in, let it settle in your bones, because that's the truth. You are growing. Even now, thank you for listening to Lety's English podcast. Thank you for giving yourself this moment of peace. Remember, nothing about you is final. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to start over as many times as it takes until next time. Stay gentle, stay curious, and keep growing, because the world needs the person you're becoming.